Good morning, Saudi Daisy. We have the latest on prom, the talent show, regional weather, and Russia-Ukraine situation, and the latest on sports and weather. Your news starts now.
I'm Aaron Jared.
And I'm Jackson Roddy.
Prom is drawing near. Make sure you buy your ticket today, and if you're bringing someone outside the school, go into the main office and fill out the form and return that by today as well.
If you are interested in the SDHS talent show, auditions will be held in room 115 with Mrs. Boydston March 28th through the 30th. The show will be held April 8th during 6th and 7th block, and tickets will be sold for $2.
Radio personality Kelly McCoy has died at age 58. She was both host and program director for WSKZ for the midday show. Her radio career in Chattanooga lasted 35 years. McCoy worked at WGOW AM before moving to KZ 106, where she hosted her midday show for over 2 decades. McCoy was very active in the community. Her pet project found homes for hundreds of dogs through the Humane Educational Society. She will be greatly missed by the Chattanooga area.
The Tennessee Valley has experienced an array of winter weather so far in 2022. President Joe Biden has granted a major disaster declaration for 7 Tennessee counties as a result of ice storms in February. The declaration gives local jurisdictions access to the Federal Emergency Management Agency's Public Assistance Program. The storms brought rain, sleet, flooding, and snow to West and Middle Tennessee. More than 140,000 homes and businesses lost power, and over $12 million in damage were done to county electrical systems. Governor Bill Lee requested that the declaration and all of Tennessee's representatives in Congress ask Biden to approve it.
Despite the cold weather, or because of it, the Chattanooga area has seen an increase in house fires as people try to keep warm. From using heat lamps in chicken coops to using metal barrels as a fireplace, the fire department have seen it all. Fortunately, most of these fires have had minimal injuries and are quick to extinguish. But as cold snaps continue, the Chattanooga Fire Department reminds everyone to keep their space heaters at least 3 feet away from any wall or object. Be sure to review fire safety rules and your family's escape plan, and check the batteries in your smoke detectors.
But the Tennessee Valley isn't alone. Wildfires continue to rage in the Florida Panhandle. Thanks to the tireless effort of fire departments, 2 of the 3 blazes have been contained. The trio of fires have destroyed more than 34,000 acres and have forced thousands of evacuations since they began earlier this month. The Bertha Swamp Road fire, the last and largest wildfire, was at 60% containment as the Fire Service's final update. A recent news release pointed, somewhat counterintuitively, to the 2018 Hurricane Michael as a catalyst for the wildfires. The quote, exponential volume of dead trees and vegetation left in the wake of the Category 5 storm served as fuel for the devastating blazes.
On Tuesday, a tornado outbreak struck Louisiana, bringing widespread damage to the region. Here's CNN with more information.
In the kitchen cooking last night, and power went out, and I heard something like it was a freight train that came through. Then the sheetrock started coming down on me, and I had to hurry up and run into the bathroom, but it happened so fast.
The tornado tore through the roof of Jessica James's home at Prentice and Coronado Drive.
I wouldn't wish this on nobody. I don't think I would want anybody to go through this. It's horrifying, scary at the same time.
It also ripped apart a brick structure at Derek Tony's elderly aunt's home, which was battered by the 2017 twister.
It before they hit twice it was stunning.
How's she doing?
She's doing good. She's coming along good.
Her car wasn't spared either.
Oh, we're grateful. It could be a lot worse. We didn't lose life or we didn't get any injuries out of it.
Shirley Simon's 2 houses, which sit next to each other, were hit too.
I was in my house over here in my safe room, yelling my head off. Okay.
What did it sound like, ma'am?
To me, it sounds like wind, and rain. I never heard it before.
The front window of one of her houses was no match for the wind.
Blew it totally out. All the stuff is on the ground, as you can see.
American Trail declared a state of emergency
to enable access to any federal resources that we will be eligible for.
And one of the most encouraging things was the neighbor-to-neighbor responses that happened not only last night, but throughout today.
And before long, James's roof was tarped.
But it's a blessing. I promise you it's a blessing to still be here today. Could have been worse.
It has been 1 month since the Russian invasion of Ukraine began, and the war has only gotten more brutal since its inception. The slow and grinding conflict continues to rage across Ukraine, with casualties numbering in the tens of thousands on both sides and cities being reduced to rubble. The major port city of Mariupol is under siege by the Russian military, with heavy shelling destroying vast swaths of the city and inflicting horrendous civilian casualties. Near Kiev, Ukrainian forces have launched successful counterattacks against the Russians, but the capital still remains threatened. Meanwhile, in the Russian-occupied port city of Berdyansk, a Ukrainian naval attack has destroyed a major Russian warship.
Now, let's head to weather.
But before we get this week's forecast, let's take a look at our pet of the week.
Hey Saudi Daisy, I'm here with your latest in weather. Looks like we're going to have a very pretty weekend. Partly cloudy skies on Friday with your high is 54. Saturday and Sunday are both going to have sunny skies. I'm so excited with your highs going to be in the lower 50s. Now here's Donovan for your latest in sports.
The boys lacrosse team had a resounding victory over the Wilson Wildcats this past weekend with a score of 20-2. They look to build off this one heading into the match against USN Saturday on the road against Dalton the following Monday. Come out to the UTC intramural fields on Saturday to support your boys. Soccer is 3-0 to start the year, beating Red Bank Tuesday night through penalty kicks. Noah Blue was the star at the center of the show with the game-winning save. Their next game is setting at CSAS at home as they look to close out the week strong. The baseball team has started off on fire, winning their first 5 games with their last being a 19-1 victory over East Ridge. They look to continue their hot streak against Ottawa and Marion County. Good luck, Trojans. Softball is also on a roll with a 5-1 as they are set to play rival Hickson to finish out the week. Make sure you come out and support your Lady Trojans. The NFL has had a crazy past few weeks as big move after big move has shaken the balance and power of the league. The AFC West now has 4 super teams in the Russell Wilson-led Broncos, the Chargers who added NFL star Khalil Mack, the Raiders who traded for possibly the best receiver in the league, Devontae Adams. The Kansas City Chiefs traded star wideout Tyreek Hill to the Dolphins as they look to make some noise with a strong offensive lineup featuring Hill, Waddle, Parker, Gesicki, Edmonds, and Mostert. Finally, to wrap up these crazy past few weeks, the long-awaited Deshaun Watson trade also went down as Cleveland brings in the star QB in hopes of winning it all. March Madness was in full swing last week as the round of 64 and round of 32 got underway. The SEC had a terrible weekend with Kentucky, Alabama, LSU, Auburn, and Tennessee all losing in the first 2 rounds. The only SEC team remaining is Arkansas, and they are set to play the favorite Gonzaga in the Sweet 16. The Monks also came up just short against Illinois, losing by 1 point in an absolute heartbreaker, ruining their plans of being the tournament underdogs. But America has found an underdog to root for, as the St. Peter's Peacocks have stunned the world twice, beating Kentucky and Murray State. If they win their game against Purdue on Friday, they will be the first 15th seed to win a Sweet 16 game in history. That's all for sports, and now to your Entertainment Minute.
Wherever we do fussy, you do Mastagram.
Hello Saudi Daisy, I'm Bo Cordell with your Entertainment Minute. Animated film fans are poised for a swashbuckling adventure that only comes around once every 9 lives. DreamWorks Animation Studio dropped the first trailer for Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. In the trailer, Puss burns through his 8th life while fighting a stone monster. With only 1 life remaining, he must make the conscious choice to use it sparingly. Antonio Banderas reprises his role as Puss for the first installment in the Shrek franchise in over 10 years. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is slated for a September 23rd premiere date. Disney is opposing Florida's parental rights and education bill, saying on Instagram it opposes any legislation that infringes on basic human rights. Florida's Senate passed the bill earlier this month, and Governor Ron DeSantis is expected to sign it into law. Called the Don't Say Gay bill by critics, it would ban classroom instruction on sexual orientation and gender identity before 4th grade. Disney also said Tuesday it stands in solidarity and support with their LGBTQIA+ cast, crew, guests, and fans. The company also hosted a company-wide virtual conversation on the topic on Monday. Disney CEO Bob Chapek was criticized for not speaking out against the bill sooner. He has since apologized. It comes as company-wide walkouts, called the Disney Do Better walkout, were expected on Tuesday. The workers wanted Disney to take a stronger stand against the bill.
Amid the destruction, beauty.
A Ukrainian cellist stepped out among the debris and rubble in Kharkiv and played.
He was raising money to help restore his city through music.
In a Facebook post, Denis Karkachev raised the city's strength in the face of war.
But now he's calling for help to rebuild once the Russian invasion ends.
Here's a look at the destruction and cost of the war in Ukraine. That's all for your news today, Saudi Daisy. I'm Aaron Jared.
And I'm Jackson Roddy. Have a fun and safe weekend.